be more perfect. Sunny skies as we get set to rumble here at Empire Fight Camp. My name is Todd Grisham. And next, first up we have. Up again. How will these two fight? We're expecting an all-out offensive display. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. The perfect counter lands. No rest for the weary. That counter shot lands. We wanted action, and they are delivering. There's a counter shot. Nice counter shot. Both of these athletes' gas tanks are going to be tested. Endurance will be the key on an afternoon like this one.
In such heat, the cornermen need to be able to do their job. Think about what they're doing. One to cool you down, one to ice you back, one to give you instructions in your head, and one to just calm you to tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Because that's the most important thing. Forget about the heat. Forget about everything else.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I gotta respect both of them more than happy.
Beautiful counter punch. Nope, that uppercut does not score. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Here we go for round two. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
With that jab. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counterpuncher smart.
Punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Do not throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Nice counter shot. Wasn't ready for that counter punch. This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Counter puncher is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
How about that time counter shot? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. No doubt about who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight.
On to the third. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Every time they drop their guard. They get caught. Punch, counter punch. Good counter punch. Can't land that jab. Jab misses. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. He threw a punch and just got countered. Catch and shoot. And he scores with the counter. They've got to use their jab better in this fight. That uppercut misses. Tried to score with a jab. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go up.
There's the bell to start round 4. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Punches have to hurt. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Nice counter. Straight right just misses. These two are the perfect dance partners.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Got him there. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Perfect counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Eternity for them finally comes to a close.
You know, I've been in...
Time for the 5th round. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
Another scoring shot there. Well done with that counter shot. They exchange punches. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? That counter punch caught him clean. Nope, that jab not going to score. are going at it.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I gotta respect both of them more than happy.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Swing and a miss with the jab. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Well, this is the time. Here we go in the 6th round. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Stamina is off the charts. A judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
You don't want to trade shots. The stamina is off the charts. Good one. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes we just saw.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you.
And there's the bell for round 7. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Look great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
Hold it right there. Fundora just got rocked. How did they not go down?
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back. Steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
They got to pick things up halfway through the round here.
That's ever hope. Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to put it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Punching. We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Is there any way back into this fight after the beating he has taken so far? There's the bell to start round 8. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
The one who draws first blood, Todd, that's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
With this fighter is, has he punched himself out? They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
A shot from the gods took him.
Judges have...